And we're back to another episode of Let's Play Shining Force Final Conflict. I'm your host, the RPG guy, and we promoted everybody. I got him to level 17. And just said, you know what, that's gonna be good enough. Because I'd have to go another whole battle, or even two, just to get him the rest of the way. And it gets to a point where you're kind of just better off just doing it, because you'll level faster. And that's the deal, is yeah, you'll level faster because characters are now at level 1 versus where they were before. And being that they were at level 1 before, are now, is that in theory they'll level faster, thus getting those gains more quickly, as they say. And yeah, that's kind of part of my stance on that. That's part of it, not all of it. But yeah, I figured it's about time we just move on. Taking them to 20 is always, and has always been a good idea. But it does get to a point where it can drag on. And if you're not having fun, which, like I said, getting them to level 20 is possible, but isn't necessary. And I guess the answer just really comes down to, no, it's not really that necessary to get them that far along. If you must know. We get to see them all promoted. So Sonnet goes from a bow and arrow to a crossbow, and black silk stockings. I'm just kidding. You can't tell if those are stockings or boots. Ian's armor looks pretty legit now. But yeah, we'll start seeing these characters level up a lot faster, do a lot more damage, and yeah, all that good stuff. And as you can see, maximum XP for killing enemies, hence why it's pretty much worth it. The damage we're doing and the XP we're getting is so much better now, and the fact of the matter that we can level up pretty nicely through this will be imperative. Yeah, 8. He's undead, so he'll resist. Yeah, let's use Bolt 1. You can see I've gotten some pretty good spells too over the course of the game as well. Same can be said for Howl, who's got Blaze level 3. We only got 1 XP for the skeleton, though. Still pretty disappointing. But I would argue that that was an enemy that showed up before characters really were looking at getting promoted, so they don't count it quite the same. Really, it's going to come down to choosing either a direction to go or a means to kind of get to the enemy but not put ourselves at risk all that much. Now, I will say this. I don't care so much about even leveling right now until we get to the final-ish chapter, which we're not far away from. Reason being is we're going to get a new character in a couple of battles that we're going to arguably or debatably to some be replacing Cynthia with, because I'm just not happy with Cynthia. But then again, I'm going to double check stats before we do anything that harsh. Well, there's a strong case for not being happy with her. Ian up there. I had the music a little loud. Sonnet levels already, which is good for me. And then we'll get the rest of them kind of in a usable position. And that puts her in range. Oh, nice crit. This is her kind of battle too, with the layering that they've done with the enemy loadout here. It's because we can't quite get through some of these barriers and stuff. It allows for some pretty nasty enemy movement. Straight up, he does 30 damage. Knuckles doesn't look as bizarre, which is always nice. We're gonna get hit with some nasty magic if I don't do something about that. Somebody's got to be the bait. Yeah, we're getting a result here. Okay, so the biggest threat is gonna be the witch, as usual. The floaty dudes aren't so bad. Go there. Probably better to do it like this. And then send Ruberin around. Finish the deal. Seal the deal. So Kiddo leveled. Can't reach anybody, so we won't have Knuckles do anything. But yeah. Nice level there. That's a real nice level, if I do say so myself. We shouldn't. Well, okay, we should worry because Mead could get ganged up on by 2 different spell types, but not much we can do about that now. Nice. Okay, Eric can't reach that, so there's no point. Be fair, there's not much of a reason to have them attack too often. Yeah, we'll let him waste time with Sonnet for what it's worth. Oh, come on. Nice crit. And Sonnet pretty much doesn't need to fight the rest of this battle because she's already level 3. Like how Howl kind of looks like a crazy little wizard with stars on his outfit. Kind of funny. Okay. Clearly I can't do anything about that, so I won't. We're gonna get hit with that, but that's okay. We can easily pull Howl back. And again, these are the things you have to be wary of is the breath attacks from Hydras and stuff. And breath attacks, this is the earliest in the game that this really kind of comes up, so not much of a choice other than to just be careful. We're gonna pull Howl back because we know that if the mist gets a melee on him, that could go south pretty quick. And he doesn't have the means to reach to do. Without Freeze 3, he doesn't have any long distance casting yet. Whereas Minto does, so there's that element too. That is always going to be in his favor. You know what? Let's pull her back. Cynthia's MP is just the worst. Hopefully that starts to build up over the next few battles. It's just so terrible. And she has such good spells. That's the issue I have. Interesting decision. Roughly got about 6 or 7 enemies left. Owl can actually take that out. That's because Cynthia. You know what though? Howl has a harder time getting in fights right now due to his lack of long range, where the archer long distance enemies have that option. We're gonna have to pull Mead back, I think. We got some long-range enemy chicanery going on here. Tomfoolery, whatever you want to call it. I know we could have let Knuckles do it, but I just want to make sure we get through this fight relatively unscathed. Or unscathed any further. Alright, let's do that. I haven't used any of the stat boosting items yet. For anybody who's wondering. You know what, Ruberin, why don't you hang back around? So you can actually eventually get healed here. And that's fine, because that puts the Bow Rider right in range of getting just obliterated by Kiddo. And that's the end of a Bow Rider. Finally get Paige up in the front. Hmm. Not much to really say because it's taking a while for movement to actually happen. And I don't really care so much about Sylvia, so let's pull her back. Paige needs to get in the fight here. Something awful. Just the fact that he hasn't been is pretty disappointing. Can't really reach with any of that, but... so that'll be okay. May as well. Get rid of their healing unit, and there's the black ring acquired. Nice. Something we don't really want to equip on a character, but it has its uses. And now, as far as how it works in Shining Force Final Conflict, that could be different, but in other installments, the black ring usually is cursed. Throws maybe Blaze 2 around. Something along those lines is usually what it does. Doesn't mean that's what it does here, but it's usually something like that. We also acquired Bolt, though I think I've had this for quite a while now. And I've just been reluctant to use it. But since we're not planning on egressing from this fight, I think we'll be okay. I don't mind that Mead and Kiddo are kind of pulling ahead. I do care that Paige has not gotten a level as well as Ian. So that's a little concerning, but we can remedy that. And that's one of the ways it gets remedied right there. Master Mage has not really moved or advanced towards us yet, which is good. So we can lure. There we go. Making sure we could lure that skeleton towards us would be nice. There's a level for Paige. Kind of want Kiddo to just kind of mind his own business for right now. Cynthia is going to be out of magic. So... you only have 12 MP. And you have a healing spell that costs 7. Your best healing spell is an AoE heal that costs 7. So you're not going to be able to do much with that. So we gotta try to lure him out. That should... okay, the Hydra's coming back over. Good, 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 good. Sylvia, work on that Hydra. She's our bait. That's an okay level, so... And to be honest with you, and, you know, it really doesn't matter, like, which characters you go with between the knights, because they're both very good. So you can't, you know, that's the I think my entire beef with the philosophy behind picking characters is every Shining game, with the exception of Yogurt, of course, every Shining game has good characters. So, I mean, as long as you're leveling them and you're putting time and effort into them, even a little bit, you don't even have to do it a lot. Ooh, MP. And there's a Keton. As long as you're putting time and effort into them, they'll be very good characters. So, by the time, you know, you get to end game, regardless of what characters you use, you know, if you use, you know, pre-promoted characters, as long as you build them up in level, they'll be fine. The only character I would argue is the worst character in any Shining game, or a character that should never be used, is Joker. Just saying. It's not a character as much as he is a hindrance to the existence of mortal beings. Which is why when it's like you play the worst, you know, playthrough of a Shining game, and you want to play with Joker, it's like he's just an item mule is really all he is. Shining Force, you've done well, according to the rumors, but you won't be able to progress beyond the fortress of the great Aiku. I shall take revenge for Magus, and you'll feel the pains of hell. Ian, what kind of trap has Aiku set for us? We don't know what it is, but we must advance. We must go forward if we are to find Master Max. Okay, so before we do anything, I don't believe anybody needs to be raised. I don't believe anybody needs to be cured. So we're good with that. You know what, I regret not picking up with some more healing items, but here's what we're gonna do. Right here is we're gonna start using these items. The quick chicken, we're gonna put on Paige. Because Knuckles is going to keep the quick ring, and so Paige is now a little behind in speed, so we're going to give it to Paige. Now we've got Protect Milk, which I'm more than likely going to want to put... we got a Brave Apple as well. I'll probably put it on Ian, the Protect Milk. If anybody needs a defense boost, it's going to 90% of the time be him. Makes him vulnerable to magic like any other frontlighter, but ooh, nice. But ultimately, by the end of the day, he needs that extra boost if we want him to be a little more viable. It wouldn't hurt also to give him the cheerful bread to raise his health, so we'll give him that too. Okay, so that covers that. None of them are holding anything. The power wine is for physical damage. I almost want to hold on to that. I think I have a character in mind for that, and it's either Eric or the character we're gonna get in a later battle, which will be the last character we worry about. The Brave Apple is tricky as well. Yeah. It'd be tricky. But it either is gonna go to Howl or it's gonna go to Ian right now. As of this moment. I'm not committed to any of those. And really, the power wine could go on Ian, but I don't think he needs it, technically. And if that's the case, then we're gonna hold on to it. Okay, I think we're good with everything else. In fact, we got 2 4s in a row is pretty good. So, hey, with that said, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RectorStudios for more live gaming action, because when we come back, we're going to be taking on Aiku. Because screw that guy. We're going to fucking kick his ass. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you guys next time.